Nine.
Episode 9, Candy Teeth Radio. It's good to be back in the studio.
Yeah, welcome back. How was your trip?
Oh, it was good, man. I went to St. Louis for the first time. Met the wife's family. That was really lovely. The people were charming all the way through.
Yeah.
We did a acro yoga performance at the assisted living facility.
Oh, I saw those on your Instagram. Those pictures.
It was really great, man. It was great feedback.
I said, don't show off. Stop showing off. It's just a bunch of old, like the oldest people sitting in a circle around you guys watching you use your bodies to the fullest extent.
That's what you do in St. Louis, man.
Yeah, have any of you guys ever been there?
Yes, I have, actually.
Oh, man, it was an interesting experience because there's some lovely stuff. Like, I went to the Science Museum, Science Center. That was great. Fantastic. Yeah. There was all this free art and facilities around a big Central Park. But then you don't go into East St. Louis. East St. Louis is like, there's like
all the polite kids?
rows and like right off the freeway you're driving through.
Yeah.
And there's just like whole buildings, brick buildings that are all like burnt and there's like no roofs and there's like blocks of it. And then there's like, it'll skip a little bit and then there's like crazy warehouses. Just like old gnarly shit all caving in. It feels almost like third world a little bit.
Detroit.
Sketchy.
Same thing.
But
Detroit, yeah.
St. Louis graffiti game is on point. St. Louis graffiti game is crazy. Like you didn't see.
Let's go together.
You didn't see bad graffiti. You didn't see like throwies and stuff. Like everywhere you went, it was like pieces and like triple deckers up on warehouses and like everywhere you went, beautiful stuff.
Everything you just said, though. Because of everything you just said.
Yeah. And because like, nobody cares about anything.
Yeah,
like,
there's huge warehouses you can just go paint.
Yeah.
Like all day. You better be good.
The city's run by wolves and packs of wolves and graffiti artists.
Right. It's the last thing the cops have to worry about is like somebody
yeah.
painting on a wall. That doesn't.
They get pissed when they have to come after you because the wolves are after you, though.
Right.
Wolves are pickpockets.
Hey man, can I use your phone for a second?
Yeah. We better introduce our guests.
Yeah,
we're letting them talk without introducing them.
Oh yeah, it's a big deal. We have somebody in the studio for a full episode with us.
Good one. This is a good one.
Yeah, not like that last one.
Ooh.
Just kidding, Chauncey.
Oh, it was great, man. I listened to it. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, it was really fun.
I was stoked he was in town just to do that.
Yeah, it was awesome.
He came in just to do that?
Yeah, he was in California.
Crazy.
He lives in California. He was just visiting.
He did a good job, man. But
yeah. So anyway, we have Dave Bloomfield with us.
Yay!
He's a Seattle artist and skateboarder. Get around all kind of creator.
Old friend, man.
Hell yeah! Super stoked to be here, man. This is rad.
Yeah, we're glad to have you. Thanks for coming.
Good times.
Yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of good times, it up. I think we had a cliffhanger last episode. Do you remember?
Oh yeah, the cliffhanger. We got to come back to the cliffhanger.
Yeah,
we're gonna be dicks and not tell everybody.
Yeah. So hopefully, here's a little reminder if people don't remember.
Hi, Jeremy. I haven't heard from you for a couple of weeks, and I'm beginning to get worried. I hope you're not in jail again.
Oh, man.
All right.
That's Jeremy's grandma.
Yeah, all right. So that's my grandma. And she was saying that because I went to jail one time ever in my life, right? Mm-hmm. But you're not supposed to ever go to jail, so...
And that's the time she called you, too.
Yeah, no answer. You know how many times she's called me with no answer? And I'm not in jail? More than that. But anyways, so I went to jail. Jail was, it was like the police kidnapped me for 3 days. There were no charges filed. No charges filed. Okay. NCF is what they say.
NCF?
No, you're getting NCF'd out of here. And then they walk away, and you're like,
What's that mean? Does that mean you get your head chopped off?
Yeah, I don't know what that means. Yeah.
You're supposed to know what that means, or just walk out the side.
Oh, no.
NCF, man, or whatever. Like, okay, I'll just go out this.
Yeah.
I'll just go out this window. I haven't been here before, dude.
It's like NCFU.
Yeah. Crazy. No, it was the little gangster kid behind me was like, "Oh no, man, no charges filed." Yeah. No, I got education at this place, man. So, the way I went to jail was my roommates were growing weed in the basement.
This is prior to the legality like it is now, I would imagine.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I guess that's not a dumb question.
No, it's not.
I didn't mean to make a noise.
Jerk
That
face.
was a dumb question. So they're growing weed in the basement, but I'm going to say they the whole time. They call the cops because their truck gets stolen.
Mm-hmm. Like from out in front of their house?
Yeah.
Okay.
These are smart people too.
Yeah.
Which is the weird part.
They could have loaded that bed of the truck up with weed. If they'd known.
They know the bad people would know.
Steal the truck and the weed.
We got a truck, but man, you could have so much.
What can we put in this thing, man? I wonder what. I don't know.
So he calls the cops, and I'm going to bed. It was when I had my studio in my house for like a short time, or in the house. Mm-hmm. And I went to bed at like 8 in the morning, or something like that, like right before this. And he was like, woke me up, and he's like, Jeremy, my truck got stolen. And so I'm calling the cops. I just wanted to let you know. And I was like, yeah, cool, whatever, I'm sleeping. Mm-hmm. And then, so I went back to sleep, and then the next thing I heard was like, anybody else in the house, come out with your hands up. This is the Tacoma Police Department. Right?
That's the next thing you hear?
That was the next thing I hear in my dream. Right? Yeah, that's in my dream. And like, you don't want that in your dream, but you really don't want it in your dream when it stays. Like, when you go back to awake.
Yeah.
And it's still there.
Like, man, I wish that was a dream.
And so I walk out of the bedroom like heavy-footed, you know what I'm saying? Like
what?
Sleepwalking? Yeah. And walked around the corner, just look like a crackhead, you know? Yeah. Because it's like 8:30 in the morning now. Uh-huh. And they're like, just back up towards us, blah, blah, blah. So I just back up towards them, and they just put me in handcuffs. Uh-huh. Right? 3 cops in the living room.
Okay.
And I'm like, what's going on? And they're like, we smelled weed, blah, blah, blah. We got to search the premises or whatever. He's all, you have the key to this basement? And I was all, no.
Billy.
The dude, I mean, they that had already left, right? Were already sitting in cars.
Yes.
Outside the house, because they make you sit in your car outside your house in a cop car.
Yeah.
Just so that everybody knows.
Just a little extra.
Yeah. And so I get my own cop car, right? And
nice.
They walk me out to my own cop car, and that cop car goes to the alley side, right? So now me and this cop are in the alley, just kicking it.
Oh no! It's never good.
And he's like, "Do you have do you want to just let us in the basement? You know, then we don't have to sit here and wait for a warrant, you know." And this is none of my anything. This isn't my house. This isn't my weed. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Because that's not, like, that would be the weirdest thing. Yeah. But anyways, so, and I'm like, but I'm still like, how come whatever his name is doesn't just open it? Like, I'm thinking, why doesn't he just open it?
Right.
Who cares? They're going to get in it in an hour.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, it's the same thing, and it's already there, and you call them to come to the house. Anyways, but so then he goes, we're just sitting in the car for like 2 hours, and he's talking about all this stuff. He's making friends with me, and then being like, "Hey, you want to open the basement?" And then making more friends with me. "Hey, you want to open?" And then he gets mean. "Hey, do you not want to go to jail?" And I'm like, "Well, if I go to jail right now, will I get out? You know, it's Friday." Yeah. I was like, "Can I get out like when I get there? You know, like I've never been to jail. I don't know how it works."
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, totally. And then,
yeah.
Are you doing like throwbacks on him? Like he's like cool with you? And then he's like, "Hey, do you want to go to jail?" And you're like, "I thought we were cool."
Yeah, hey, man.
Two
Whoa,
seconds ago,
we used to be cool.
We were homies.
We
like
were cool for a
too.
minute, too. I was talking about my comic. I was talking about the weed comic I just made. That was about growing weed in Tacoma. Oh, like, you got to check this out. After you drop me off, you got to check this out. It's right here on my MySpace. Anyway. So, let's skip to jail, because it's so long between me and this cop. Before he gets the go ahead, they just go and open the door and like go down there and be like, "Oh yeah, there is weed in there," you know. So we can take him now. And so he takes me to jail. You go on a bench that they lock you to, right? Like handcuffed to a little built-in U-bolt. And the cop's right here, and I'm like, "Hey, I'm still going to be able to get out tonight, though, right? And he's all, that's what you should have thought of before you didn't unlock the door. And I'm all, oh. And then from that point on was when I realized how weird everything is. Like, you are a little bitch now. To everybody. Get it? You go in there, and my scariest thing of going to jail, like my scariest thought of going to jail, besides the normal, like, butt sex part, is like...
the normal butt sex part.
Yeah, the one I worried about, because I just didn't even want to think, I don't think about that.
Yeah.
But the one I was worried about is taking a shit in front of people. Right?
Well, wait a minute.
Yeah.
You know, when he said, yeah, you should have thought about that before, do you think he would have really let you go?
No.
Yeah, there's no
No,
way.
he's a douche. No. He's totally a douche.
Plus, you don't even have access to the room he wants in, you know?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
not my
no.
room.
Yeah.
I didn't.
I don't have a key.
Yeah,
What am
I
I supposed to
couldn't
do?
open it.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
could
I
you let
just
me in the
wouldn't
trunk
have
of
known
shit?
it.
Can you let me in the trunk of your buddy's car?
But if I
It's not
said...
your car, it's not my room. Dude.
Yeah, but if I said it was down there, then he can break the door. Like, that's when they can break the door. But, so, I was scared of taking shit, right? In front of people. My whole life, right? And so, the first thing I do when I get there is get over the fear.
Right?
Yeah.
First thing.
Oh no, I was going to jail. I went into jail like I was a different dude. I took a shit in front of the dude, and then found out that there's just bathrooms around the corner.
Like
That isn't a
one?
toilet that just sits there.
Oh.
Like I'm in the first holding cell you go to. Like there's no reason. You don't ever have to take a
They're
shit
like,
there. Nobody has
damn,
to
why is
take a
that
shit
dude
there.
taking a shit right there?
And I'm just like, I made it through that.
I'm
Now I
crazy.
can talk about this. Yeah, I'm crazy. Look at me. I'm shitting. I'm spinning around this thing. It's stainless steel. Look at me. I
Hey, you
bite
got
my
any
own
ass
tongue.
gaskets over here?
Yeah. I don't wipe. I steady don't wipe in jail. That's real.
This isn't a duvet.
It's a tax.
So those things
It's
called
a
bidet.
A bidet.
bidet.
Or a
It's not a
duvet.
A jail bidet.
Come
You
on,
don't want
man.
that. You
No.
don't want a jail bidet.
I'm sure you do not.
Oh.
But that is a good band name. You beat it.
Uh-oh, first record, what is it? Jail bidet.
The jail bidet. I don't want to think about that
If
first
you're gonna
record.
go, you gotta do the luxury suite, man. When you go to jail.
Luxury Suite, that's a good album name for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Jail bidet.
I'm always hearing how it's just a big country club in there, so you know.
Yeah. It's pretty, it's not as bad as you think.
Was there golf?
There was no golf. But if you wanted to, you could walk back and forth really fast. Boom, boom. That's what they would do. You just walk back and forth. Walk there. It was like a U-shaped floor. That's a second floor.
Okay.
And so one day the second floor is out, and then one day the bottom floor is out in the main part.
Yeah.
And then you can go outside if you want, which outside isn't outside. It's just where there's clear tiles, but not clear. Frosted.
Uh-huh. So you can't see anything?
So you just go there and bathe in the frosted glass.
In the glow.
They're talking about what summer they came in. And like all these dudes are talking about stuff I don't know about. So I'm just like listening and doing all this. I started drawing. I drew one of the guards, and then that's when I got the nickname. I drew the guards. One dude saw it, and he's all, "Oh damn!" And he's all, "Hey, you want to make this birthday card for my girl?" And I was all, "No, I don't really do that kind of thing, you know. I need half down, and I need like, I do real jobs, man." But then he's like, I lumped her up real good, man, before I got in here.
Oh!
She looked like a dinosaur.
Oh!
Laughing, right?
No!
And I need a real nice birthday card so that she'll still send me money.
Oh my god.
That is gnarly, especially when
So
I
you
do
made
it.
her one with the lumpy
Yes, I made
dinosaur
her.
on it?
With like little stars coming off of it, like it still hurts.
It's a little dizzy.
You didn't write like a secret message on the back like, don't send this dude any money,
Call
he's
the
crazy.
cops.
Call
Yeah.
the cops.
Call the cops.
He
He's
wanted
gonna
to
kill me if I don't make this for you.
He wanted you to draw a cake on the back with a file. Like on the back, like old school. Big arrow.
Hey, can you draw a file?
That was when but anyway, so then the word got out that I could draw. And so then they nicknamed me Tunes.
Yeah.
Which is rad. I was
Yeah.
like, yeah. And I was like, in.
Awesome.
And there was only one dude that hated me because everybody liked me.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I just fit in there. I gave away all my food. Like, to the big dudes. I was like, here, man. Here, Bear. Real name.
Yeah. You
Well,
can
not
have
real name, but
you can have
crib
my bologna
name or whatever.
sandwich.
Yeah,
Sure.
totally.
For sure.
You can have my... No, cat food.
cat food.
Cat food. And then they yell out at the... during the meals, they yell
What's
out...
cat food? What's up with cat food?
That's what they feed them. It's not really cat food, but it's like
It looks-
snot. It's like snot with like some old cat food in it.
Gross.
Like, battered up. But that's like the meal. That's like the protein.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And so like the big dudes want that shit, you know? They're like, yeah. So they're yelling out shit. Cat food for Cookie. Cat food for Cookie.
Oh.
And they trade. Everybody trades their whole shit the whole time yelling.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
And they just get what they specifically want.
Yeah, like I want all cat food. But then it's like, hey, let me get your cat food. Right, you know what I'm saying? Like, I need more cat food, though, is the thing. And I already ate my cookie, motherfucker.
It's like third grade, man, at
Yeah,
recess.
it's like third grade, and then you just gave it a bunch of weird drugs. That grew third grade into this weird thing, and like the windows grew cages.
None of the other third graders had actually murdered anybody. That's a big difference.
The teacher is the CO.
Oh,
You guys don't know what CO means?
CO, what's that?
Something.
You have
Corrections
to find
officer.
out from
Corrections
like the
officer.
other prisoners.
Every
So,
time. I learned so much. They had school in there. It was like college. They had the OG dude, right? And he had the kids sitting around him on the floor. He's sitting on his cot. He has the floor. Big John. What up, Big John? So they're sitting around him on the floor, and he's going, well, hypothetically speaking, if I was to want to identity theft somebody, I roll up. I get them. There's this website. You can get on it. It's good. When they go to call back, you drag and clip the wire. You drag and clip the wire right outside the house. Hypothetically speaking. Every time he talked, every period on the sentence was hypothetically speaking.
Oh, Jesus.
That's right.
Because he's just in jail getting recorded and shit.
You're just like teaching every little kid how to do everything.
Yeah, the
wanna
whole
use
time.
that.
And he had a what's it called when your guts tear through your stuff because you lifted something too heavy? Hernia. You guys all want. He had a hernia, so he was like jacked up. So he's like really the old man, but he's not. He's like OG, so he's like 27. You know what I'm saying? He looks like he's 52.
Yeah.
This is crazy. Flip flops. Okay, this is all. I'll end it with this because this is where I want it out at this point. Because there's showers, right?
Right.
There's toilets that you can take a shit all by yourself, and, that I did not utilize, and there's showers, and so one guy's beating. He just took a shower, and he's beating his flip flops. They have like those Adidas ones that you slip on, but they're jail ones, and you slap them on the thing. He's slapping them on the thing, and I was like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, because I've just been doing research this whole time. Like,
Yeah.
the whole time I was there, I was just like, what? Drawing the cots and shit.
Yeah.
I'm never being here again. I better get this. So he's slapping his things. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, getting all the water out of them. And I'm like, but why you got water in them? I said, why would you wear them in the shower? And he looked at me, and his whole face changed. His eyebrows raised. Like, what?
Why would you not wear them in the
Yeah.
shower?
In a fucking jail shower? I never thought about it in my life that was the whole sex machine. I never thought about that the floor was that wasn't shampoo. I never thought about it.
You left there with
No, I didn't take.
STDs on
No,
your
I didn't
feet,
take a shower.
man.
I wasn't in the shower. I didn't take a shower. I took
That's
that
a
first
good.
shit.
That's
That was
a
it.
fucking good plan. And you got rehabilitated from that too.
Yeah, I'm all the
You
way
didn't
back.
even
I'm
fucking
good.
commit a crime, and you went in and you got rehabilitated from your fear of taking a shit in front of people.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
he totally
I
did.
had
Totally
the
did.
same thing.
The
Yeah.
system works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The system works.
They were like,
I'm a success story.
dude.
You know?
He's rehabilitated.
No.
Yeah.
And
You know he didn't do
society should
anything,
give him
yeah.
a second chance.
Yeah.
Actually, I remember running into
NCF.
you right after this
Yeah.
down at fucking by the Tacoma Dome. What's that club down there? That bar.
New Frontier.
Yeah.
And I remember you telling me like
Oh, we did live bar.
you go in as an innocent person,
Yeah, you go to
and
school.
then they fucking learn how to like
Yeah, it's crazy.
Get people's credit card numbers and identity theft shit just being in there.
Drag and
Right.
clip your shit. I didn't know there was a dude. I
You
didn't
could
know
be-
Big John was outside my house, dragging clipping my phone line.
You could be a shitty
That's
criminal.
some scary
You could be a total failure as a criminal. You could be one of those dudes that's walking down the street and breaking windows out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're so shitty you can't even
Yeah.
I'll just fucking Slim Jim this.
Yeah.
And break the window
Yeah.
out, and then go to jail and get skills.
Yep.
Now I'm a
Yes.
good. Now I'm fucking really good
Now
at
I'm
this shit.
slick at this.
So, like,
shit.
next time you gotta use it Slim Jim. Here, I'll show you how.
Yeah, it's a machine that does that, man. That entire like jail complex. You know?
Oh no, it was horrible to see it from the other side. It was horrible, and it was horrible how you're treated. It turned into like I'm just a piece of shit
Right.
when I'm not, and like,
Right.
and I didn't do anything to get there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's
Like,
like the-
I had an asthma attack the second night,
Mm-hmm.
and they took my inhaler when I first came, right? Which was a scary thing, you know, because it was when I was using it like 3 times a day.
Right.
And so I had an asthma attack at night, and then I like waited as long as I could, you know. And so I was like,
Oh no. Oh no.
and then I was like, all right, I gotta tap out, you know. And so I had to tell the CO, right? That's it's all dark, everybody's asleep, you can't say anything or do anything, like it's not lights out. So I have to like get a hold of them, you know. And then they come up there and they're like, "What's going on?" You know, because it's always like they think it's like a thing, like you're
Right.
you're sneaky about
Trying to
something.
kill you.
Yeah, I'm
somehow.
gonna kill him. I'm gonna kill him. I can't wait to kill him. Like, look at my hand. But then, so he comes up, gets me, calls the downstairs, right? Brings me down to the little station where he's the CO station where they just stand and watch all these people, right?
Mhm.
In the cage.
Yeah.
Such a weird job. But so I'm sitting down there. He calls the lady and he's like, "We got this dude. He's having an asthma attack or whatever." And then he goes, "No, I can hear it." She's like, "Yeah, right. Tell him to go to fucking bed." So they take me down with the dude that has some kind of crazy flu, where he's just sick.
What?
Lock us together, right?
What?
That's a good plan.
This dude is sick, like where he's like where I want to hold him up, you know, like we're going through this. Like concentration camp, you know what I'm saying?
This will
That's what-
teach you, dude. That's what they're thinking.
This'll teach me.
teach him.
Yeah, next time you're
Complain
renting a
about
room.
your asthma, dude. Now you
Next
gotta fucking
time.
take care of this guy.
Oh, I thought you were talking about next time you rent a room. You better look in the basement, or we'll kill you.
That's probably exactly what they're doing, though.
We
You know,
will
Yeah.
like,
kill you.
yeah, this is what if you don't feel good, we chain you to the leper.
So it's me and him. So then we go out, get locked to a pole that's in the hallway, right?
See here, it gets even better.
We get locked to a pole that's in the hallway where you wait for the person that's coming with the other people that are going somewhere, you know, going down or going up, and hook you on a whole thing where you all hold a pole, right? But you're in handcuffs with another dude that's sick, so sick.
You could feel yourself get sick.
Yeah,
dude.
it was going up my arm. My arm was getting pale.
He's like, "Fuck, I can't take a shower."
Oh, and I can't take a shower if I get pregnant.
What's wrong with your toe, dude?
Went down there. I'll finish this up. I'm trying to finish this up, but this is a horrific because
This is amazing.
Yes.
this part gives me anxiety because I was tripped out
Yeah.
because you're not in control of your life
No.
and you're having a life thing like yeah, and it's not helping. You know, like every time I have anxiety, like
Stay
it doesn't
calm.
help asthma. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stay calm when you can't
It's
breathe.
like, I'm in jail. I'm chained to a leper.
Yeah, I'm chained to a leper and I can't breathe. So we get down there, they separate us, and I just rub my stuff on the other stuff. You're already wearing whatever that guy was wearing,
Yes.
you know, last time.
Yeah.
And so they bring me down there. The lady checks my oxygen levels and then says, "Your oxygen levels are fine." You know what I'm saying? Go to fucking sleep. And I was all, no, I can't breathe, right? Like you can. It's a real thing. When I'm having an asthma attack
you
that's
can hear
bad like that, you can hear it, and like gnarly, like how the good COs said.
Right.
And she's like, and I'm like, if you guys just handed me my inhaler right now, I'd be all good. Like you took it. If you just got it from, you know, we were right here somewhere, and let me take 2 puffs off of it, and then I would be living.
Yeah.
And like
Hey, don't chain me to this guy.
Yeah.
like why don't you just do that, you know? And she's all, I can't make those kind of decisions. You have to wait till the other doctor comes in. because it's like the night. The one that's training to be the bitch nurse that took it away in the first place. That hated my guts the first second she saw me, and couldn't wait to take my inhaler. She's like, "This isn't his prescription." Gone. It really was Nurse Ratchet.
Yeah.
But this is Nurse Ratchet Jr. though.
Right.
And so she's like, so you just have to wait in this. Okay.
Oh no.
You just have to wait in the little waiting tank until the doctor gets there, where your feet go underneath the toilet. This is how small this place is that I'm having a fucking asthma attack. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm in a place where it's shoulder width, and my feet go under the toilet. That's a one piece thing that turns into a sink on the top, and that's the whole thing. And so all I did then was
So
just...
you can't stand up if you tried?
You can stand up. No, you can stand up, but that's all. You can do that.
And you can sit back down.
Yeah, you can sit back down. And then you can stand up again if you want.
That's what that
I'm trying to breathe.
that prison medical program is like. If he's suffering from an obvious asthma attack, ignore it. Say like, "Hey, your oxygen levels are fine," and then give him like a huge dose of claustrophobia.
Yes.
And that'll fix it.
Oh my God!
It's
So
crazy.
I
It's
did this
Straight out of the manual.
I learned something about myself again, though. I learned a lot about myself in this jail trip. But I can't imagine people like for years doing this. But so my feet are slid underneath the thing. I'm sitting on the edge. I just go. I'm just gonna go to my happy place. I did it. I totally did it.
Uh-huh.
I just went zero, and I was like, well, I can do this shit. And I just sat there and like tried to breathe and tried to do it slow and chill out, you know, and like, whoo. And then, so probably, I thought it was 14 and a half hours later, but it was probably 40 minutes. That Nurse Ratchet Jr. comes back in, and she's like, here, gives me my inhaler, right? Which pisses me off, because like, I'm like,
And now you've already calmed yourself.
yeah.
Relieve the
Well,
problem.
no, I still need that,
Yeah.
but it's still tight and like crazy. But I'm just like, I'm in my own. I'm going. It's like a sensory deprivation tank.
Yeah.
I was like, just trying to stay alive. Yeah. But so she lets me hit my inhaler. That's what made me so mad, though, is that she let me do it. Why didn't she let me do it right when we got there, and I could just go back to bed and everything's cool, like I told her. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm gonna murder this bitch. That's my new plan.
Yeah. America.
Forget jail. I'm murdering the jail nurse.
You heard it here first, kids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I hope she's not recording this,
I
man.
hope she's not recording this twice.
She's like, oh fuck, this is how we get them. This is how we get them.
It was a setup.
This, like,
whole thing.
this whole business of jail, we get the innocent people in here for a weekend, and then they murder one of us, and then they're in here for life.
We got him.
Yes.
That's
you're
like,
hooked.
that's their big upsell, dude. They're big, like, yeah, you better upsell that. Like, when you're at Starbucks, you're like, oh, do you want to have, like, you know...
Yeah.
Like the sprinkles. No, we get somebody to murder somebody who was totally innocent would never do this.
Yep.
I could see all the steps going
That's
back.
really true.
She was planning it out. She was like, "It's my time. We gotta sacrifice to keep this
Dude,
jail system going."
I really felt that though, like how you could, how you switch. Like I would be a whole different person if I was in jail.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I just went to like basics, like what's up, you
Yeah.
know. And I would be rich though in candy. I had the biggest pile of candy when I started drawing shit for people. I had the biggest. They were like, if you were in prison, you'd be rich. And I was like, I don't know.
How do we get there?
I don't know.
Just murder that nurse.
Yeah.
Sitting there.
See? And I'd just be sitting on a throne of candy. Bring him to me.
Make it so.
Bring the nurse to me.
I remember
Not again.
when you called me when you got out
Yeah.
and told me the whole thing, and
You're like, I was wondering where you were at. No.
yeah, I was. I was like,
came
what
up
the fuck were
missing.
you? But I remember being jealous of all the candy bars.
How many did you have?
It was real. It was real. That, and it was money. Like it wasn't funny. You're really rich. Like money, that is money. That candy is really money.
That dude's got like 6 almond joys, dude.
I gave them all my fruit to make pruno. They were making pruno.
Yeah.
Oh,
Get
yeah,
fucked
jail
up.
wine.
Yeah. I just gave them all this stuff. They were all cool.
Which toilet are they using to make the pruno in?
The one
The
that you
one
took a
that
shit in?
took a shit in, yeah.
Damn
No.
it.
We're like, we've already been working on this, so we're not throwing it out.
Oh.
It's just gonna be like an IPA, you know?
Dude.
Oh.
Bill Gates is into it. Totally into it.
So how with
Sipping
like
sauce.
did they have like a designated toilet that they?
No, they had a hidden thing. Like it was just a bucket. It was like the bucket that you put your clothes in when you first get them or something. Or it was like the thing you hold all your stuff in. You had like a locker kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That just had that and that was your thing. I think that's what it was. I might be just making shit up.
So
But
the
it was
gar-
a thing. It was a thing. I remember it being in a corner under the dude's bed. And but you can't people search it all day, so it's not.
Do the guards just see it there and just say like, whatever these guys are getting?
It depends who it
doesn't
is.
matter?
Yeah,
Oh.
it depends who it is.
They
'Cause
get
they're,
paid
like,
off with some
cool.
candy bars.
Some of them are cool and some of them are not cool.
Damn off with the bars.
They have chicks in charge of all the dudes, which is a weird thing.
Yeah, what about those jailhouse romances that always happen?
Oh yeah, in the porn.
Is that how this is going down? That's how
I
the way
see
they
a
draw
lot
up
of those.
business. They draw up business through murders, and they're like, people want to come here.
People
You've got a lonely guy on the outside, dude. He wants to come here.
There's some ladies in here.
Get these ladies, get these
I need my
COs.
conjugal visits. I don't need anyone to come in from the outside. I'll just.
Dude, if you saw these chicks, you do not want a conjugal visit's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. Like you're gonna be stoked, but it's gonna hurt.
Oh, that's horrible.
That's pretty horrible, man. People definitely get themselves into some interesting relationships.
You can say that again.
Yeah, you can say that again. That's a good one.
I have there's a story here about a woman named Erica Eiffel.
Okay.
Well, she had a public ceremony where she married the Eiffel Tower.
Oh. Mhm.
Yeah,
Okay.
she has this orientation that is called Objectum Sexuals. These are people that have romantic relationships with objects.
Okay.
Dude, I've heard of people marrying bridges. All right.
Yeah,
Okay. That's what that is.
Yeah, yeah.
There's a name for it.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, this lady, she was actually
I thought about it.
made a documentary about her. It was called Married to the Eiffel Tower. And they run this. She also runs a website called Object Sexuality Internationale. Doesn't it have a nice, yeah, it has a nice sophisticated ring.
Smells good.
So is this marriage condoned by the, French government, or like
Yeah, I'm not quite
the
sure what
city of
their
Paris?
I'm not
gonna
quite sure
happen
what
when
their
she
tax status is. on that one.
Divorce
Still
is the
file-
Eiffel Tower.
Do you have to file single still, or?
So the documentary, right, has this scene where the way that they edited it, it kind of shows the tower, and then it shows the woman's leg, and then she kind of it shows her adjusting a stocking close, like it looks like she's pulling a stocking down.
She's got a parachute in on that thing.
No, it's like making a little innuendo, It's
Oh my
like
God.
making a little,
Gotcha.
it's making a little innuendo. And after that point, the staff at the Eiffel Tower, they disowned her. They didn't want anything to do with her. They're like, nope, this lady,
She keeps
Hey,
going.
the Eiffel Tower's wife? No.
nope. And they totally started blackballing her.
This woman who says she is married to the tower. Do not let her in here. She's, how you say,
No.
crazy.
Right.
Crazy. No.
And so it was really sad, man. She felt that she was forced to have an official divorce from the Eiffel Tower. So
What?
she did.
That's what
she
you
got
just said,
divorced.
Dave.
Yeah, dude, it's like a modern day of Romeo and Juliet. I'm glad
She
she
gets
didn't
half.
kill herself.
Holy shit, she gets half of the Eiffel
Right,
Tower.
the tower's just like, well, whatever.
Does she get half?
Keep
Read
her.
on.
Right. If she gets that, that's a good deal.
That's
Half
awesome.
the Eiffel
I'm
Tower.
gonna go marry some shit. Whoa, so what happens to all those bridges? Sorry.
Well, you know what? She did what many people do after a rough breakup, and they went back. She went back to her old lover, right? She did a little rebound
St. Louis Arch.
with her last boyfriend, the Berlin Wall.
She got a.
But he's dead.
She's dead. Tag back.
No,
He's just hurt.
He's hurt.
Yeah,
he's
he
hurt.
is.
He's
Oh,
like,
very hurt.
he's an amputee.
He's not the man
still
he used to
around.
be.
Yeah.
He's like a vegetable, though.
She left
Yeah.
him at
She's
at his time of need.
She's
Right.
definitely
She
weird.
She's
left
definitely
him.
weird. Okay.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Shady.
Well, now she's gonna come back and he can't say no. He's just all,
She just. Oh wow.
He's like, okay, you can be the one that puts the spoonful of soup in my mouth.
Oh.
Thank you.
Oh, sorry, Berlin Wall. But then they fell back in love. It's all good.
It's all good. Yeah, I like it that you say
It's all good.
It's a happy ending.
They made a little family of something curves.
So,
But yeah, that's not the only lady though. That's not the only person
No, it's
has had a a relationship with a thing. There's a British woman that is in an open relationship with both her human boyfriend and the Statue of Liberty.
Oh, really?
And he's cool with it. He's
So
cool.
she's
though.
bi.
He's like, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Knock
That's
yourself out.
a strong man. That's a very strong man. He's cool with it.
Yeah.
Well, you know,
Strong
he figures
as
like,
himself.
she never comes over here, you know? They never go out or anything.
Yeah.
Can't leave that
So-
harbor.
It's all good, really. Whatever you say, honey.
Yeah. It's all good.
A lot of stairs.
Yeah.
So, is her favorite movie Ghostbusters 2, or...
Well, how was that? Is it coming alive?
Yeah,
I don't
it's
remember
really-
Ghostbusters 2. I tried to stick to one.
Yeah, did
The
she
Eiffel
get a
Tower. That's the
residual
Eiffel
from
Tower
that?
came alive, right?
No, it was the
Ghostbusters
Statue of Liberty.
Oh, Statue of Liberty.
Yeah, does she get royalty checks from that? Someone needs to get paid.
Somebody
It's lame. She's like, yeah,
Right.
this is
That's
this
her
is
likeness,
a
at least.
relationship.
But yeah, so, I mean, she either is stoked on that movie or she
Gold
hates
diggers.
it, you know?
What are they
Yeah.
called?
So you cheating on me with the Ghostbusters?
What are the people called that do that?
Objectum Sexuals.
Objectum Sexuals. I just
That's
like
right.
that name, though. I might be one of those just because I like that name.
Well, just you're gonna have to put it in your smartphone. Object Sexuality Internationale.
International.
Internacional.
Welcome. Wow. I'm starting to turn myself on. I gotta stop.
So how do you get a marriage license for that? You know, legal enough to where you actually need to have a divorce for it, too.
This is France,
You know?
man. This is
France is
They're very
different.
permissive.
France is different. Yeah, progressive. You want to marry the Rhine River? Cool.
Yeah.
Totally cool.
It's not even in our country.
Who are we to say? That's good.
Who are we to
cares?
say?
Who are we to
cares?
say? I just turned into Russia.
They're cool with that too, man.
It's all good. It's totally fine.
It's all good.
Oh, you're Russian now? That's great.
There we go with that.
This is fine with us. Breathe out.
I'm into this
Oh,
breathing.
talking about
Yeah.
breathing, you
No,
know?
I'm totally getting into it.
Breathing's an important thing, dude. It changes everything.
It does.
It's,
Sorry. But,
yeah.
sorry to cut you off, but I'm so excited because I just took a breath.
Well, we just heard a long story about how breathing is very important to you.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Mhm.
But I'm saying lately I've been doing like purposeful breathing.
Yeah, me too.
Not yoga. Not anything. Nothing like that. None
Yeah,
of
for
that
real.
fancy shit. I'm just breathing.
I'm just breathing.
Yeah. Like,
Like
a
God
man.
made me.
Like
Yeah.
a marble man without cigarettes.
Just in the chest, right?
Yep, just stretch. I stretch it out first.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
That's good. That's
One
good.
big breath to stretch it all out, and then I just do fire.
Is that where you have the cowboy hat?
Shut up.
Do you
It's radio. They can't see it.
do you also do any breathing into your belly? Do you breathe
No.
into your belly? Oh, do the 2-stage.
Oh, I've been doing the top.
Do a 2-stage, man.
Ooh,
Breathe
drop
down
it
into your
to the
belly
basement.
first. Drop into the basement first, then your
Oh,
chest,
what?
then your chest. Belly, then chest.
He's a choir boy.
I just had a roller coaster of emotions.
Peacefulness, man. You would, in that small room,
Yeah.
Yeah.
breathing. Sounds like you found it in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Talking
I
some-
did find it for real.
Zen in there.
Some
Totally
meditation.
found it. I was good. I
Yeah.
could have floated right out of my body.
Just for that second, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That's good, man. Well, at the end of any, yoga class that I teach, I always end with the Om, right? You guys know what that is? And it's usually like right after we've come out of meditation. At the end of our final relaxation meditation, right? We've gone through our physical exercises, and now we're going to chill, do nothing, let our body go, and let the breath flow,
Mm-hmm.
and have some silent space there. Then we close it out with an Om. And I just wanted to know what you guys thought about it. You know about the Om?
Can you tell us what that is? I mean,
Yeah, I know about it, but I don't know
I know
about
about it. You know, like mostly I know is like on movies and they go Om, and it's the character that all the other characters make fun of in the movie or whatever.
I've
you
seen
know,
a lot
some
of
cheesy-
tattoos.
So like it'd be cool to know what that is.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
okay, Jeremy. So you've seen a lot of Om tattoos. As a matter of fact,
Yeah.
I have tattooed an Om onto my own ankle.
There
Oh,
it
you
is.
did it.
Yeah, I did that. This was the first
What?
one that
That's
I did with a
tiger
Hang on a
chain.
sec. I'm getting a photo of that real quick.
Oh, nice. You can post the photo that you took.
Well, I'll have
Live.
to restage it and take another photo and post that one.
Right.
I can't post this one.
But yeah, I taught myself to tattoo. That was the first one I did. So the shape, we might be familiar with it, right? Is it kind of looks like a number 3,
Yeah.
like a big number 3,
Uh-huh.
and then the 3 has a tail, and then there's a little dash, and then there's a dot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, each part of the shape correlates to all kinds of different things. The top part of the 3 is the beginning. It comes from absolute nothingness. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm feeling this is going to need a little metaphysical moment. Metaphysical moment music.
That works.
That worked for you.
Let's builds nice and slow, you know? It's good. Just like the Ohm, it comes from nothingness, absolutely nothing, and then comes into existence. That's the first part of that thing. Interestingly enough, it also works on so many different levels. That corresponds to the waking state, our waking self, when we are fully awake and doing things in the physical, tangible world, like making this podcast. Okay? The bottom part of it represents your sleeping self, and the sustaining, like the middle section of life, living. Beginning, like the first part is birth, the second part is life sustaining, that just goes on in this indefinite period, right? Mm-hmm. The tail portion is death or dream world. That's your dream self. So you have 3 selves. You have your waking self, your sleeping self, and a dream self. There are 3 different functions of you. Wow. And we're moving between those 3. Those 3 are always interchanging, and you need all 3 of them. Because when you're off, when you're sleeping, you're absolutely no. You're like, let this circuitry rest, you know? And then we have a different realm of being, okay? The slash then, so let's put this, the dot. Above this shape, it's the 3 with a tail, there's a dot way up top. This is called Turiya, and it is perfect consciousness, like absolute cosmic consciousness, right? There's a little slash in between that shape and the dot. That slash is the Maya. It is illusion. It is every single thing that keeps yourselves from perfect union and perfect bliss.
Whoa, it's trying to block you?
It's trying, yes.
The Maya.
It's a veil.
I've been listening to so many things about this in the last year.
And so, it's everything. It's our physical sensations. It's, oh, my face itches. It's like, I hear a weird sound over there. It's, I remember this thing that happened to me. Yeah. It's even, I want and have this, desire for something else. It's everything that keeps the 3 spinning selves from the singular point of, like, perfection and union with the everything. That we've all experienced to some degree or another. Yeah. And we know what it is. Each part of this has... you notice that the slash, right? It isn't a circle. It isn't like a full ring that blocks you from it entirely. It's just a slash. It's a wall, and the dot's like always on the other side of the wall.
Yeah.
And so, like, it's not totally impossible. It's attainable, but you there's this moving wall that's always kind of trying to stay between you.
Yeah.
Each part represents a sound too. So many times you'll see the Om just spelled O-M. That's very common. It's just O-M, usually in caps. But phonetically, it sounds like A-U-M. So the first part, the birth, is ah. It comes from absolute nothingness in the very back of your throat. Ah. It just comes out back there. Yeah. Yeah. The middle part is the U. It's the prolonging life part. Like ooh, and it goes on forever. It's in the middle of your mouth. And then the trails off and gets quiet.
That's how you fade
it's a
out.
humming. It fades out. It fades out.
Yeah.
Something that's really interesting, though, is those 3 parts aren't the whole thing. There's that dot on the other side. The dot on the other side is the silence. So the silence that follows the sound, the silence that follows the Om, is the 4th part of the sound. It's a crucial part of the sound, is the silence right after the sound.
Yes.
That's amazing. I didn't know that. I always saw that symbol, and I always heard of the Om, but I never thought of those 2 as being... So, do you know, when you're doing that during, let's say, meditation, I always thought it was to have, kind of a white noise to concentrate on. Is it, more of an intention of, I'm making the sound of this symbol?
Yes, absolutely. It could become, if you've done in repetition like a mantra, it could totally be like that white noise meditative kind of thing. But it's the seed sound of creation. It's actually thought that it literally was the first sound. Like sound moves matter, and we've all seen cymatics, right? That like sound waves move physical objects like glue, gelatin, or whatever.
Stuff off the wall.
Sound moves stuff.
Patterns.
Sound moves stuff.
Yeah.
So picture there's just
with that water.
Yeah.
What?
Slow
We're posting
motion.
something on that
All
water.
slow motion.
That's one of
I
the craziest
watched
things
this,
I've ever seen.
Have you ever seen that? Like, there's a vibration type video where it's like different beats, and they take like, I think it's salt
And
on top of a record, and it'll make shapes. Dude.
Yeah.
It's like
In the air.
change-
Is that what you're talking about?
No,
Oh,
it's
on
like
top
they
of the-
put it on, like
There's
they
different
put it on like
patterns.
a flat surface, and then they just pump the music through it, and it'll make these like sacred geometry, like
Just bounces to it.
change the noise a little bit, and it,
Yeah.
dude, it's
Weird.
amazing.
That's the same thing as the water, though. Like the water dripping. Have you seen that one? They have it where water's dripping and the sound waves change it so that it goes down in a zigzag in the air.
It's so wild.
Yeah, like-
it's so crazy. Yeah, they put a certain like strong power one frequency right through the whole water jug or something.
I
and
had
it, like,
no idea.
It looks like it's going backwards sometimes, like flowing uphill. It's nuts. You
Blew
gotta
my
find it.
mind. That blew my mind.
Yeah. So
We're
there's
definitely
the
posting something on that.
there's
That's
the
a
whole
good one.
concept of that, right? Is picture you have primordial goo. Picture you have like just ooze like that. There's that one video of the cymatics that has like a cornstarch liquid that's all like slow
and
motion,
it looks like
and it
it's-
starts
it looks
creating
like
like
it's-
weird dancing creatures, right?
Yeah.
So it's thought that the Om is the sound that started it and like made everything start going, and it's this cyclical thing, and that one silence is part of it, right? So also when you do it, it's kind of like a universal linking prayer, because you know that at any given time, like
How many people are
millions
saying
of
that?
people around the planet are doing it right now, all the time, the time. That sound is going on, and you're joining into this like collective global thing.
Consciousness,
Yeah, and millions, countless other throughout history. It's like just that sound is forever. So yeah, you guys, let's try a couple. Let's do a couple ohms. You got to do three. You really have this beautiful impact. You got to do three, and it's just really fun to let the vibration move around in your head, man. You feel it in your jaw. You like, it's about making like sound, and so you like start turning your body into an amplifier and just like, let your sounds come through.
Give us a note.
All right, you do a couple of those little warm ups you're talking about. You stretch your
let's
chest,
do those
right?
warm outs. Yeah, warm outs.
Stretch your chest a little bit. So put your hands on your knees. Let's do a quick warm up, and then we'll do a couple ohms. So we'll push our chest forward, right, and our shoulders back, and inhale. And then push your back backwards and exhale. Yeah, do that a couple times.
There's stuff in that back
Breathe
room.
forward with your belly. And then as you exhale, you're squeezing your belly in towards your spine. Yeah, that's good. All right.
Right.
We're going to do 3 ohms all together, right? So close your eyes.
We're gonna do all these parts.
We're gonna do I'm gonna walk you through a little. This is my ohm sequence. This is my closing ohm sequence. When I close out a class, this is like how.
Oh, you'll do it. We're your class right now.
Yeah.
I get
We're
it.
just
I get
closing
it.
the class.
I'm just getting it. All right.
So bring your hands into heart center. Bring your palms into heart center. Close your eyes if you feel comfortable with that. And you inhale deep into your belly. Exhaling with the sound. Slowly release your hands. Open your eyes.
Make your bones clear.
Yeah. It shakes things up, man. It if you see it on cymatics, there's a video of people playing audio from monks chanting the Om inside the Great Pyramid of Giza.
Whoa. So just does it reverberate all crazy? Like, is it
It's
made for it?
it's kind of crazy, but it's just like it's really interesting. They played that sound through it, and it makes an ellipse, and it like I guess the ellipses are super difficult to make. It's very few frequencies make the ellipse. Most of them are circles or like square kind of snowflakey patterns, but like the ovaled out ellipse that's more like a planetary orbit, those are really rare, and the ohm makes that shape on repeat. It's like ellipses, ellipses, ellipses.
Interesting. That makes sense. But yeah, it doesn't reverberate too much. I mean, it reverberates, but it's not that big of a room.
I wouldn't picture it's a huge open chamber, no.
It's
But it
not.
was more
That's what I
about
was
like
thinking.
the vibrational frequency of the
We've got a couple
energy
records
of what
over
they
here
were
of
doing.
a guy that plays flute, and he travels around and goes to different places that are like you would think would have cool reverb and stuff. And,
This guy like local.
he's from Vancouver, I think.
One of my roommates used to work at the Seattle Underground, and I think that same guy showed up there one time.
Oh,
And before he could
interesting.
tell him, like, because he was like, I want to play like I think it was a horn, and he got past him and like started.
He's trying to hurry up.
Loud ass horn during the tour.
Wow.
Well, this dude's name is Paul Horn, but he's from like the '60s and shit. So like I don't know if it's the same dude. Probably.
Wait a
Probably the same idea, you know. Same
Horn?
stuff. There's probably like a whole bunch of people around the planet that do that.
Well, and
For
he was
sure.
like
Looking for
the
those
deal
spots.
was he was like friends with the Beatles in their like India days and shit. You know what I'm saying? This guy, and like
yeah, that name's.
and so that he traveled around and hung out with them or whatever, and they're in you know wherever the city is where the Taj Mahal is at. You know, they sneak in there at night and like bribe the guard and be like, "Well, we can kick it and play this."
Dude, I'm with the
'cause it's him-
Beatles,
'cause
man.
remember,
Open
this
the
is like
door.
the '60s, right? So it's like him with his flute and like a dude with like a tape player, which is probably like a fucking backpack.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm
With
saying?
that mic.
Like, you know, and so like he gets to go in there and they made this amazing record, and they went to another time to the pyramids.
Isn't that crazy that he has to sneak in there?
Yeah.
Because he probably feels like, yeah, I got to do this because no one's going to get it if I just say, hey, I want to go in and play this.
Well, he
But
tells
people
the
like-
story too.
No, it's not normal.
Yeah, you
don't
can't
do
be
that
in here. This is
Dude,
like
the
a-
puppets.
Mm-mm.
Sorry, go ahead. What were you
No.
saying, Jeff?
I was just saying they tried to like
I'm about to start
they
4
tried
hours.
to do the thing where we'll hide somewhere,
Oh, yeah. It's,
as I think the story, and then it didn't work, and then they came back later, and like somehow they worked it out where they bribed the guard, I think. But they've got the guard singing too, like singing the hours,
Oh,
So
wow.
he's down with them.
Well, they just recorded it. I don't know,
Oh, he just did that?
if he knew or not, but like.
there's a guy that my roommate was talking about. It's probably a little bit more crazy and a little bit more local. He's not like, he doesn't have like any backing like the Beatles. He's some random guy in Pioneer Square that's like, they're calling one day.
I fell in a
Under
big
the
hole
sidewalk.
and I was like, hello. That sounds cool. Wish I had an instrument down here.
He doesn't work at the Seattle Underground tour, so I think this is on limits, and he's a super cool dude. He was telling me that, like, down at the Underground tour, and I hope there's no legalities with this, man. Hypothetically, what was that guy saying?
Yes,
Hypothetically speaking.
So,
Speaking.
hypothetically speaking,
That's all you gotta do.
if there was a guy that the movie The Big Lebowski was based on
Yeah.
in California,
Yep.
and there was, like, a woman that was seeing him that they based the mod character on,
Yep.
hypothetically, that woman owns the Seattle Underground. And when
Weird.
hypothetically, like, when the rules come down and people get pissed, they wear Big Lebowski shirts.
Just to be.
Like, she was the character, hypothetically, that was
Yeah.
based on.
The crazy one doing
Her
the art.
dad, like, that started that tour, died. She's like, her dad's a multimillionaire. I got this underground tour and stuff, so go and be like a bohemian artist and do whatever,
Yeah.
Her work doesn't have to sell, just go do whatever,
Mm-hmm.
And then he dies, and then she takes over the underground tour. It's crazy.
Hypothetically speaking.
Hypothetically speaking.
Hypothetically speaking, I like her.
When he told me that, I was so amazed. I'm like, oh, that movie's so genius, but all they did was just take pieces from real life and just be like, well, just embellish it.
That's what it all is, right?
Yeah.
Hypothetically.
Yeah,
Hypothetically
hypothetically.
speaking, isn't that what it all is? Making up what's made up from made up.
Plus Jeff Bridges is awesome. So.
Yeah. Throw
And
Jeff Bridges in the mix.
And she had a swing painting. I don't know why I want to say period machine, but I think did it have something to do with periods, or am I just adding that?
You're probably just adding that.
It's not an abortion. Was Big Lebowski an abortion?
It was very feminine, dude. People are, you know, people are very. Some men are just turned off by the subject. You know, it's very feminine. You know?
I know. Let's go to the next subject.
Without a second thought, a man will refer to his dick as his Rod or his Johnson.
Yep. Right. You're absolutely right.
Jeff Bridges would know all about the home. You know, like they always talk about, like, you start to live, like, I mean, you live a certain way, and then things come to you that reinforce that way, I feel.
Yes.
He seems like, ever since, I don't know how he was before, but ever since The Big Lebowski, it's like he's found more of a zen.
Yeah.
And then every movie that he's in after it, or I've listened to interviews with him, it's like he found this zen. And all he has to do is show up at movies, and they're like, just go be Jeff Bridges. And all he does is, like, do you see the new Tron? The new remake of the Tron?
I really enjoyed it, actually.
Where he's just basically like, yeah, this is far out, man. And then he's just, like, meditating and stuff, and everything's peaceful. I'm like, that's just Jeff Bridges. They just plopped him into a movie, and he gets to do whatever he wants. It's amazing.
Dude, he's awesome. He's got an awesome thing going, man.
Yeah, it's super good, super entertaining.
Yeah. Plus, he just seems cool.
Yeah.
At the same time, like, which is weird.
Yeah.
He's one of those guys you feel like you're friends with, like you feel like you know him, or I
do. Well, he's like a bluegrass musician or something too.
Yeah, for real.
He was just here on tour like a couple weeks ago.
That's what I heard. People went to that show.
Yeah, and there was like pictures on people on Facebook of like
Skipping
him hugging the person in the photo. You know, usually it's like the celebrity standing there and the person's like kind of like leaning over next to the celebrity.
Yeah,
like the photos I saw were all him like bear hugging people. You know, and he seemed like a pretty cool dude.
Solid dude, Jeff Bridges, getting a shout out.
Yeah, word up.
Yeah, he is.
The dude.
Yeah,
and I know you're not the dude in real life, but
I know you're not the dude in real life, but you are.
You know who's the dude in real life?
Who's the dude?
Hypothetically
speaking, the artist that we have up with us in the studio today, Dave Bloomfield,
let's talk about it.
Actually has a bit of an alter ego. Yeah. And if you guys ever heard this name Starheadboy, it really intrigued me. And I know that the first art I ever saw of yours was little images out in the urban environment, and I was really intrigued, man. And then I saw some of your gallery work, and it's just really cool to have you in here.
Yeah,
man, I'm stoked to be here, dude. This is rad. Yeah, I do a little bit of artwork here and there.
A little bit, like an insane maniac.
It's like addictive, man. It's like addictive, and it's what would it be? Addiction.
Yes.
And
but an addiction too. No, it's like amazing.
So it's multifaceted.
It's like an amazing addiction that just keeps growing. And I have a theory on that. Well, not a theory, but like when you concentrate on something in life and it just keeps building and building.
Yes.
I feel like I did that, like at that kind of like around 2000. I started to really. I was working at this job. Run-of-the-mill warehouse job where every day was kind of the same, you know?
Right.
Mm-hmm. And like always drew all my life and everything, so I'm just doing everything I can to get through the boredom of these days. I started calling it anxious boredom. The things that at these jobs that drive me crazy.
Yeah.
I drink way too much coffee because I'm just like, it's always a panic attack at the job. Get that done, and this is like a mailroom type situation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Get this done, and then, but I'm fucking extremely bored because I'm not stimulated.
Yeah,
so it's anxious boredom, you know?
Yeah.
During that little time, I started noticing I was like, God, all these days are the same, and then there was only a small period, maybe a month or something, where I was like, all these days are the same. I can fast forward these days, nothing is new in them.
Mm-hmm.
One day, I don't remember what sparked it, but I was like, whoa, there's this little comic in this day, so I started drawing a daily comic.
Yeah.
And then the more I started doing that, I was like,
Wait
paradigm shift. I was like, holy shit, everything is this world. Everything is this story. So I think that was the big jumping off point where thankfully that job went away and I got laid off, and I this whole adventure of unemployment for the first time and time.
Yeah.
But that's just so addictive with that weird getting into those little moments where, like, I would wake up sometimes. I still do this. I wake up sometimes with so many ideas from nurturing them that I'm like, I can't work on anything today. I got to go, like, run. I got to go take a walk.
Yeah, you got to
just
clear
get
it out.
of here,
Yeah.
you know? They'll just nag you, you know? In a good way. Best way
That's
possible.
Right, yeah, I mean, it's the best way to be annoyed is be like, I have too many ideas.
Right.
Yeah, it's like the perfect problem to have.
Yeah.
Other people are like, yeah, man, this is going on my mortgage and this happened. I'm like, God, I got too many fucking ideas. I don't want to hear about it. I got too many ideas. Man.
Yeah, but that's the thing, though, because your ideas are your world. Like, that's the world. You turn it, as an artist, I feel like this, too. Like, you turn it into where there's a place, the paradigm shift that you're talking about in my life is, like, where it flipped to where, like, I'm creating my own world. And I'm in my own world. Like, where none of that other stuff even matters. You know what I'm saying? Like, taxes, student loans, bad feelings. Like, I can just go to my world and be like, peace out. Who cares? I get to make up whatever I want right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel exactly what you just said. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's so rewarding. It's totally like, yeah, that's the perfect way to describe it, too, you know? Like, you can make all those things disappear.
And it manifests. How it manifests, what you were saying. How you make it. The concentration on it brings more, like, brings the power from everywhere to build your thing. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
Because just since I've been doing the puppets, I can't get away from talking about this. But since I've been doing the puppets, it's people come from everywhere to help. Which is
I could tell
because they
that
just
by
want
the
to
stuff
play.
you post.
Yeah, like the cement guy comes with stairs. I probably talked about this on podcasts already, but the cement guy comes with stairs. The rap guy wraps the Barbie van. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like it's all everybody just coming like, whoa, that looks fun. You know, whoa, your world's cool. Let's go play in that. You know, and they do it for a little bit. Maybe they're having a fight with their wife. I get those. I mean, no names. And I get those too, and they'll run down there to playtime at the fort. You know what I'm saying? And it's that world that's built.
Yeah.
That's rad. That's amazing.
But it's what you're saying.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
In the basement of the post office. It's crazy thing we got going.
I'm gonna haunt the shit out of that place. I can't wait to haunt this shit.
It's gonna be the whole thing where you're gonna write a script about what you're doing now.
Yeah.
You know, like it just keeps.
And then
that's what it's doing right now.
now.
Imploding like
And
that.
now you already got the Jeremy Gregory puppet. You're working on the Jeremy
Ooh,
puppet. How's that
scary.
going,
So
man?
tough.
How's that going?
I had to take my glasses off for that one. It's gone. It's in the stalled position. It's a weird thing. Making the puppet is a weird thing.
Yeah.
Because all the puppets are a piece of my personality. Like, I didn't realize that when I was doing it, but then it slowly, like, showed itself. Like, whoa, that's just pieces of me. Like, a million pieces of me all over the place.
Didn't take
Made
long to
into
figure it out
physical.
either.
No, it didn't take long to figure it out either. But, like, man, I don't even know.
It's a black hole. You're looking at that fractal black hole right now.
Yeah. And it keeps going. Yeah, it's just, yeah.
And then, well,
Fractal
dude.
Black hole. That's it.
Fractal Black Hole.
Yeah.
Another good album. Yeah, man. Like, then you can start doing the stop motion animation of you and your life stories and like things that are actually, you know, it's
That's
like,
what I'm saying. It's
woo,
like a huge, fractal black hole.
yeah, fractal black hole.
So I'm gonna name it.
Too many ideas.
Yeah, too many ideas. Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. I wasn't trying to turn your story into my story, but your story is my story at the same time.
Yeah, we're totally have the same story. I always, it's crazy because you think of like the person who's like, you know, they're like, people be like, oh, I wish I had time to do this, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I read this rad thing recently, and it was like you just got to create when you got to create, you know.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter, you know. Like I keep a sketchbook with me all the time. I have a theory, like it's not a theory, it's a kind of a proven theory.
Yeah.
I keep a sketchbook in my car.
Yeah.
And every time I go to like, you know, I'm like, I'll pray for red lights. Like, dude, I gotta get this idea down because I know that if you don't, like, the next idea is avalanching on top of it. You don't get it.
Yeah.
So I can change red lights to green lights easily, and I've caught people in the intersection. I've caught like, oh, walk sign, and they start going, and I like start drawing something, the light changes, and everybody's confused. Like, what the fuck, man? Light, like, dude's like trapped right in front of my car. Like, dude, walk sign to just green light, you know? Like, it's crazy. It's uncanny how much it works, you know? Like, and then I like, and
every car that you're behind has a face on the back of the car.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
for sure.
It's built like that too.
Ridiculous.
Besides
man.
that.
Like,
Yeah, we have a
fuck.
tendency to build things that look like us.
No, they do that
Anthropomorphic,
in car design. It's a fact.
Yeah.
Like it's a thing that they do on purpose. Like
Yeah, they want you to be attracted to that
yeah,
personality.
and the personality is awesome. How they switch. I saw like a documentary or something, but they were talking about how they made the different. You know, the car that's a badass car was like, "What up?"
Yeah.
Right, like
And then the little,
wide stance.
the little
Yeah.
nice girl car was like,
What's
you know,
that wide stance, bro? Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I like that one, man.
I like to drive to the gym.
I saw this little internet meme that had. It was just the "What's with the wide stance, bro?" That's all it says. That's the text. It says "What's with the wide stance, bro?" And it's all these dudes like sitting on the New York subway, just like this. They're just like taking up 2 seats. They're like their knees are spread so wide. Like I couldn't cross my legs if I tried. Try to make me cross my legs. Can't do it. My nuts are too big.
This is a medical emergency. You need to keep it like this. Don't put me in a claustrophobic room.
Yeah.
Like, dude, he's got a doctor's note. We're a fucking prison. You don't take doctor's notes.
Yeah, those
here.
we don't take those here. You wrote that yourself in shampoo and lead.
Leftover tattoo ink.
Yeah, that's what they use there, man. Wow. I'm
Shampoo
not trying to
and,
go
like,
back to
pencil
jail.
graphite?
Stories. I'm not trying to go back to jail. I'm not trying to go back to jail stories.
No.
Oh man. Whew.
Well, Dave, man, I
amazing.
got a question for you, dude. When did you really start getting into like decorating public spaces and like starting to think in that direction? How long you been at the game?
Public space thing's been for a while. Like, I made stickers and stuff in high school.
Yeah.
But it's strange, like, living in the suburbs, you know? I lived in, like, Federal Way for a long time. I lived in Tacoma for a while. Tacoma's always, like, conducive to it. But, like, the real suburbs, like Federal Way and stuff, strange. Like, everybody, like, you can't really walk around, you know? It's not built
There's
for
not a
walking
reason.
around.
Yeah.
No, I did
And
some,
you definitely can't get anything done without everybody like noticing, because people are like, I always feel like people are more bored, you know, they're driving around
Yeah.
like I was when I was in like Federal Way.
Mhm.
And like, so, you know, you spot a car coming, you're like, I want to put this up here, and then they slow down, like, what the hell is that guy,
What's that guy
doing? You
doing?
know,
Yeah.
everybody like, dude, I'm like, I'm not that fucking interesting.
Yeah.
Just keep driving, you know. And when I moved to Seattle, I was like, I moved to Capitol Hill, or I moved to Beacon Hill
You're all,
first.
whoa.
Yeah, I moved to Capitol Hill, and I was like, this is crazy.
You can
like,
just
I
walk around.
yeah.
I invented the shirt that shoots stickers out in every direction. Shit.
Yeah, it was crazy. All these things that have been going on forever, you know. Like, I always had all these stickers and stuff, and then I was like, wow, it's like, boom, like
Yeah.
on everything.
Making it rain.
And it's such an amazing thing. It's like the thing we were just talking about. Like, I love the idea of, like, you make something, you can put it up, then you take a photo of it, and then it becomes a new different
Another thing.
piece
Yeah,
art, you know? Like,
Yeah.
it's like the whole idea of just making stuff all the time, you know?
The whole idea of just making stuff all
all
the
the time.
is
All
what
the
you
Yeah.
time. Yeah.
I
That's
went
a
to this
quote.
guy's house. I stayed the night at this guy's house. Let me tell you a story. I went
This is
into it was a
a flashback?
studio apartment.
Yeah, my little studio.
Is this a
apartment.
flashback?
What,
This is a
what-
flashback.
What year is this?
It's getting to where it's a flashback. It shouldn't be a flashback, but it's getting
Probably like 2011.
Going back to 2011.
going on with
Oh,
that.
that's not that long ago.
A little shorter sample.
I don't think that, was, yeah, I don't think that warranted the sound.
Seems like an eternity.
Yeah, it
now.
does. But so I stayed the night at his house, and I went to his house. This is in a studio apartment, and there's paintings piled off the wall, like stacked nicely.
You had photos of this, I remember.
Yeah, I have photos. I'm gonna put them up. I have a video of me waking up in there and spinning around, and it says like waking up at Dave Bloomfield's house. But so I'm sleeping in the middle of the room, by the way, because that's the only place you can.
Yeah.
And then around the whole room is paintings stacked all the way out, like 20 out, and then another row 20 out, and then another row 20 out. So it makes the whole thing small. And then you go into the kitchen, and it's the same thing. Then you go into the bathroom, and it's silk screens. And the same thing.
Whoa.
So everything is just packed with these stacks of just it's a crazy amount of work. It's crazy. It was a impressive thing to go into.
Yeah, it sounds like it, man.
Yeah.
Strange, because that place would well, all the ways that I operated, like,
up until just recently where I've become a lot more peaceful with it all.
Yeah.
That stuff used to drive me crazy.
Having it there?
Art piles everywhere.
Yeah.
And then other people would come over and they'd just be like, I love
awesome.
this. And I'm like, I fucking can't stand this shit.
Of course you can. It's horrible.
Yeah, it's crazy.
They're just impressed by the volume, but it's like, for you, it's like, you know, you can't live like that with all that crap all in your face all the time.
Yeah,
I feel that.
It's crazy.
The studios get like that.
I still get in those phases. They don't get rid of everything.
Yeah.
You know?
Purge. That's that closing.
Yeah.
Coming back to the
That's the silence.
still point. Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you sell your stuff? Is it mostly at the Greenwood?
Yeah, where can we find you, man? Where can we find your stuff, or where can people see more examples of your work? What do you got going on?
People, like, the only websites I really have that are, like, daily updated are, like, Instagram and Facebook. Like, I have a Starheadboy Facebook page, so it's just facebook.com/Starheadboy, all one word. And Instagram's the same way. But I think the way that I mostly sell stuff is just through, like, posting so much.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah, I can see that.
I used to have this really rad spot on Capitol Hill. They gave me like a permanent show for years, and I would just switch stuff out. And just recently, someone else took over the curating.
But how did that work? Did that work out?
It worked out incredible.
Yeah.
Like, because I just noticed with certain places, you get this like feeling of energy. Like, the people that owned that place were all musicians, and they were all like,
it's all real.
Like, it's certain places just glow, you know. You can feel it when you're in there, and you're like the amount of people that would, it was amazing. People would email me and be like, yeah, I was by St. John's, you know, and I got this piece, you know, and I'm like, this is crazy how connected they are. I don't know what that is. Like, it has to be the people bringing their thing to that, you know. It's they're all amazing people, and it was like, now, like, it's just strange. I'm trying to get as comfortable with it as possible, but it's just strange. I don't even know if synchronicity is the right word, but people just find
they're just happening.
People
it's happening.
Stuff.
Yeah, people just email me and just say, I saw a show of yours last year, and it's always at the perfect time. And I'm like, really, like, lately I've been like, instead of trying to push to get things, I'm like, let go. I'm constantly like, let go. How do I want to live my life? Do I want to feel anxious, or do I want to feel peaceful every day? And what goal am I going for? Am I really going to be happy once I get this goal, or can I be happy right now and feel as relaxed as possible? And the more relaxed I am, I feel like things just come to me. You know?
Yeah.
Like, it's almost like you're seeing that, like, the lens. So if I had lenses in front of me, I'll get the lens of worry. Everything is going to be reflecting worry.
Absolutely.
So now, like,
it's that
lens
thing. It's
of
that
ease,
wall on
you know?
top of the Om. That's that
Maya.
thing. That's the Maya.
Yeah.
Is that what you said?
And I always
Maya?
think of, like, like, people are like, oh, what are you going to do next? I'm like, how the fuck am I supposed to know that, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I
Stay
feel
tuned.
like it's a channel of bringing something through, you know? Like,
Yeah.
Oh, the
Get
creative
over it.
process is
Yes.
definitely like a journey process.
It is.
Absolutely. I think that's the same kind of phenomenon of where, like, you know, things will be invented kind of simultaneously around the globe at different times.
Yeah.
Ideas just
People.
come through. It's like the time for an idea to come through, and there's so many that we have, like all those ones you say that you don't get to fit in your notebook because then the traffic changed and you didn't get a chance to write it down, you know. That idea might just like land on somebody else, right? Like
that one
it just,
got
like,
away, but it
flows
landed.
through, and it'll be their interpretation of whatever that dream or like idea concept was.
That's a good
it would
one.
never be the one you would have done, but like whatever that little spark,
still alive,
was,
yeah.
like fluttered down and got picked up somewhere.
What's crazy is all the great mind, like, it's like, that's like kind of like when you talk to people about that, you know, they would be like, I don't know, that's not the way it works. But you look at, like, the great minds, like Tesla talked about that a lot.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just plugging, we're all antennas, and I'm just plugging into this collective consciousness and pulling my ideas out.
Yep.
Einstein talked about it, you know.
Yeah.
It's weird the way whatever that is in our society, it's like,
Tries to block it.
like, no, you just think really hard. Think really hard and work really hard. Like, dude, I can point to a lot of people digging ditches every day and working their asses off and not having anything, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
Right, but the people that wanted the ditch dug are pretty happy.
yeah, or
And that's why they teach us all that.
It
You know
could-
what I'm saying?
it could be as, like, redundant as, like, yeah, dig that ditch and then fill it back in with dirt.
Yeah.
You know,
And I'll pay you. Like,
Oh, yeah.
You know,
what?
go follow
Why?
your feelings and creativity. That's not what
Yeah.
makes the system go round. You know. So
But people don't understand the power in that.
I know.
I'm at a
Yeah.
point in my life right now where I'm like, what? like, what if I would have been taught that? Think about if you would have been taught that.
And that's what I'm saying.
In the beginning.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I would have, because, like, I'm powering up right now. Like, I'm all good on power. But, like, think about if I would have been focusing, like, back in the, when I'm from a kid into blossoming into whatever we're going to do, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
Totally unlimited. Like, none of
Yeah.
those beliefs.
Because you have to fight through this whole thing of, that's not a real thing, that's not a real thing. And then there's a point where it flips, like what we're talking about. And then all of a sudden, people are like, "Whoa, I want the thing you have," but you just did it. You didn't want it when I was down here and I was starting to find it. You know?
Yeah.
You can't.
You were like, "What are you doing? You're supposed to have a job and like insurance and stuff, man."
Yeah.
Like,
There's
a kid. Have a kid. Why? How come you don't have a kid?
That's the most amazing part of it is like the infinite fear. You know, I always read the things that talk about like splitting things into like love or fear. You know.
Yeah.
And like that infinite fear, like, oh, you're doing that, but what if this happens? I'm like, dude, just keep going because you'll find a million of them, and I don't want to live that way. I want to just like, let's see what happens, dude. Like, we're on a rock flying through space. Like this, like I was explaining to this friend of mine the other day. I was like, yeah, the sun comes up. We're all like, yeah, it's a beautiful sunrise. I'm like, no one even knows what the fuck that thing is. We're just flying through space. So like, relax a little bit. We don't know everything, you know. Like, even when I was a really little kid and your whole life is spelled out for you, like I would look around and I'd be like, so I'm supposed to go to school, I'm supposed to go to college, get married, have kids, and then die, and this is it. Yeah. We've discovered everything
for your whole life.
That's your plan?
Like, and then after a while, I'm like, fuck discoveries and new things are happening every day. Everything's always expanding. Like, why do I gotta just do that? You know?
And then you're like, whoa, I don't.
Yeah, we forge and create our own life all the time, right? Like, we're living in probably 5D reality, at least. You know, there's like so many different dimensions you could think of. First dimension being primarily like dot. Second dimension making like a sheet of paper, or a line, excuse me. Third would be, you know, three-dimensional object. We know that. Fourth, some people think of as like time, like as we understand the concepts of time. And then fifth is like outside the bounds of that. That doesn't matter any longer. And it's all the same stuff. By the time it's the fifth one, it's like all of those previous things are existing at the same time. Yeah. And so, therefore, because we're like, all of those levels of existence are happening right now, including like fifth dimensional reality where time doesn't really matter. We're writing our own autobiography. So like we're actively creating and living in our future space. You know what I mean? Like you write your biography today. What do you want your story to say when you die? And so like you're constantly launching these rockets of desire like towards what you want your life story to be. Write your life, man. Make it what you want. You don't just look at like anybody else's story and like just I guess I'll take this story. I guess it sucks, right? Like you have the pen. You can write it. You can write your script.
Dude, I call it the book. I really like that's my whole thinking right there. It's like I'm making this book. So like I'm figuring out what's going in this book. Like that'll be great. And that's what I always say. Like when something weird happens where you almost die or something where you could have died, you know, you're like, oh, but that'd be a cool ending to the book.
Yeah,
yeah, that'd be a good ending to the book. Like the book can have a cool ending like that. You know?
I saw that a lot when I like quit my last job. I worked in this art store, and I was working there part time for a while, and they made me full time. And
wait a minute, do you like them?
They're all right. I'm not sure if I like them or not.
Okay.
I wasn't the biggest fan of the manager that I quit under, but now I'm thankful that he was there because then I left there.
The way your thing works, yeah.
But I look at all the sketchbooks during that time, and I just was constantly writing stuff like, I have all the freedom in the world to do whatever I want to do. I was writing this thing that was like the Maya, you know? Yeah. I was looking at the Maya and saying, like, that's what I'm seeing in front of me, but that's not what's going on. I can't see what's really going on, but this is what it's going to be.
Yeah, but there's not,
and I had, had no fucking business quitting at that place. It was all just, like, I'm going to quit and see what happens.
Yeah.
And, but all, like...
Isn't that right when you started kind of focusing more on art?
Yeah.
I mean, you already were on art, but I'm saying...
What was crazy is, like, I would be in my little apartment and I would, you know... Little things from the day would come up like, oh, this bill comes up. How am I going to pay that? What am I going to do?
Yeah.
Simultaneously, when that stress came, I just started, like, really working on stuff. And, like, whatever it was that was coming through seems to have gotten, like, a lot stronger really quick. And I'm like, if I wouldn't have done that, I wouldn't have this, you know?
Yeah.
It was like growing pains, you know?
Yeah, I got to get through that.
Yeah, and
shut it off.
I just told this friend of mine recently that like seemed a little frustrated with like he's a musician and he seemed like a little frustrated with like the ups and downs, and I was like, there's like downs that aren't I don't know how much the struggle is even real. It's just a big illusion.
Oh, that saying really bothers me. I think that saying.
The struggle.
The struggle is real.
The struggle.
Yeah, like so. Now I look back and I'm like, I needed all that. That was just all an illusion, I probably built that myself.
Yeah.
Even writing the stories down, I brought these struggles to myself, so then I could overcome something and become stronger. I'm like, I already had it, but
you're teaching yourself.
Absolutely, we all are. That's what we're doing.
Yes.
That's like why we're here right now.
But I think that's the whole thing with a lot of that is just getting comfortable with those ups and downs till like, that happens. Yeah, whatever. Keep moving.
Yeah.
Yeah. It said that it's not so much the thing that happens to you. The thing that happens to you is just it's an action, right? It's just something happens. So, we're going to use the pinball metaphor now. We're going to go into pinball.
All right.
Okay? So, is anybody skilled at pinball? Play some pinball?
I can play some pinball.
Wizard, man.
Yeah, pinball wizard, yeah?
You're a
I'm
pinball
sure. Look at this guy, yeah. We're probably all pinball wizards, right? So, you have those ball returns. You get somewhere and then there's a light will blink and pop, the ball comes out real fast, kind of surprises you.
Yeah.
Those are always the same pitch. They're always just the same mechanism that goes out, right? That's the action that happened. That's the thing that happened to you. Oh, this thing that I might think of as good or bad, like somebody broke my window, blah, 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 blah. The thing happened, it was your pitch. And then from that, if you watch an unskilled pinball player, they just kind of slap the paddles wildly, like pretty much all the time, willy-nilly, and then they're like, I can't even understand this game. It's too random. There's all this crazy shit happening. But then the skilled pinball player starts learning the machine. And it's like, oh, the ramps light up in a certain order. It's telling me to hit that ramp to the left, then that hole over here. Oh, I'm building that. I have targets and objectives. Oh, if I line up these bumpers and if I hit the tab, I can move the thing that lets the ball go through and I'm getting more points. Now I got extra ball sounds going off. Now I'm, in a big roll. Now I have multi-ball bonus challenge.
Yeah.
Rocking that machine.
Three balls come back at you. I love it.
Yeah, for sure. And so it's like that's what you're saying, Dave. Is it's not so much the thing that happens. It's like, okay, that happened, but then how do you react to it? How do you? What is the like myriad and multitude of ways that you could hit that one single ball, that one single fastball? Like, what are the variables out of that scenario? Mm-hmm. That's what matters. What we do with it.
Yeah.
I think about that with like writing tomorrow. There was like I heard this thing a while ago. So like right before you go to bed, think back on your day and clean up your vibration.
Woo! I'm liking this, Dave. This is good.
Just like go through your day and then tell you how you wanted it to be, and then start tomorrow. So a lot of times I'll just be like, I used to do it in the shower. Now I'm like, the night before, I'm like, I'm gonna wake up and tomorrow is gonna be. I'm gonna be. How did I start phrasing it? I'm gonna be more aware of how amazing things are. I used to just say something amazing will happen to me. Now I'm like, these amazing things are always happening.
They're all around,
so I just want to be more aware of it. How can I be more aware of this? It's and they come, and like the next day I'll be halfway through the day and I'm like, how the fuck is today so amazing? And I'm like, that awareness, keep this reinforced.
Yeah, man, I like that right before bed and to complete the cycle and first thing in the morning, right? Because there's that that circuit that goes around and then has a silence. That's when we sleep overnight, when we're in that full sleep state. Like, it's cleared out. And so you wake up first thing in the morning, and every single day you're totally fresh. You're totally new. Whatever emotional content, you could go to bed fuming. You could go to bed like hideously depressed and tormented. When you open your eyes first thing in the morning, you are completely fresh every single day. And the first thing that most of us do is say, man, remember the bad shit that happened to me yesterday? That's the first place we go. And so instead of that, you declare it right before you go to bed, your gratitudes, anything and everything you could possibly be thankful for run through in your head. And then the challenging part is to even pull in things that wouldn't seem like it was good, like, oh, I'm grateful for the guy, that asshole that cut me off in traffic, because he reminds me that it ain't that important, and I don't need to rush around like that. Like, I can just get to where I'm getting, all those little things. Like, I'm grateful for this stuff. And then the first thing you do when you wake up is you do that visualizing and, like, throwing that rocket of desire of, like, what you want. First thing, just open your eyes and like just shoot out like, oh, I feel all this good stuff in my life. I feel all this warmth, acceptance, love, money, prosperity. Like, already seeing it, already seeing like the full actualization of everything we're doing
And
right
then
now.
skip
and
to the
bringing
bank. I'm
whistle,
into it.
Whistle,
Yeah,
baby.
just whistle. Skip to the
Like-
Let's
bank.
go.
Can I get some money?
It's my turn, baby. Oh, sorry. That's my personal song. I didn't know that was out loud.
Briefcases full of cash.
It's just boom. I
Except
got
to
the
here.
handcuff on that shit.
Jeremy, I'm gonna need to get a loan, man. You gotta hook me up.
Well, he's got plenty of candy bars for you.
Yeah.
I got lots of smiles. It's not the smiles and piles over here. Here we are. Is it break time?
Yes.
Can we take break time?
Yeah.
I think it's
For
about
sure.
break time. We're going to do a longer one this time.
We'll be right back, everybody.
Magic, magic, magic.